From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Welcome back to The Horse's Mouth Movers and Shakers, where we highlight those who are moving and shaking around Ponte Vedra today. We are at Stretch Lab here in Ponte Vedra, and I'm Morgan Allen, joined by my co-host, the owner, franchise owner of Stretch Lab First Coast, Mr. David Ramos. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Welcome to our studio.
It's beautiful, and it smells really good. I love the smell in here. I guess you guys have a specific smell for each location. Well, the same smell at each location. I found this out today. I love that. Very tranquil, peaceful. Love it. And we have a special guest today. We have Jonathan Rivera with Greenmark Consulting. Jonathan, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so
Pleasure.
Tell us a little bit about Greenmark, what you guys do.
So we're a very unique business. We help homeowners, either they're recently moving to Florida, they're buying the first house, and they need any assistance with the yard, any questions they have, they need help hiring a contractor, they need the questions to ask the contractor. We're here with try to answer as much questions as we can.
And that is specifically to landscaping.
As far as the landscape, the outdoors, we do, we advise on lawn service, fertilization programs, irrigation programs, and anything related on the outdoors of the home, as well as we do home wash services.
And so you even help with trajectory of the sprinklers and things like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
So sometimes when you move to a home, not all the irrigation designs are the same. When they design them, sometimes they try to cut corners, or the irrigation system is an older home and it was already set up by the previous homeowner. Some people understand that if they water the yard every day a little bit, it does good. The proper way would be to water more, less time, so the water gets down lower and the root system grows stronger. And when you have a drought, the grass sustains more droughts than any new landscape products. We come in, we can help you audit all the irrigation, make sure you're getting the proper water, make sure everything's working properly, make sure your zones are set up properly, and that your irrigation flat is set up for you, even though most of the time the irrigation comes when you're sleeping, so you don't know what's happening, even though it is working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was asking you some questions opposite, and you were saying you don't install irrigation or anything like that. You specifically consult.
Yes.
That is really cool.
Yes, I mean, we don't do the work, and we don't recommend anyone to do the work, so that doesn't feel like we're trying to push something different. Mm-hmm. We're really trying to advise 100% and help the homeowner make sure they have the proper knowledge to either do the work themselves or decide they want to hire some of the work out. And then once they do that, if they still need assistance with the questions or knowing what to ask, then we can also assist them with that.
So you mentioned about watering. What is the ideal amount of water and timing? We were talking earlier, or said about different heads and how much water they put out.
So on a typical irrigation system, you have your pop-ups, which is the little stick with the little spray, stays there, doesn't move, goes nowhere. Then on the bigger areas, you have your rotors, where you find in the golf courses, where you find in sports fields, which if you're coming back and coming, those typically take about, on a normal zone, a normal time standard, you would say it's about 45 minutes to put out about half an inch of water every time you water. That's how much water you want to go into your ground every time. So about an inch of water at least per week. With all the droughts that we're having, that's limiting how much water you want. But typically, that's the amount of water you want. Something standard, if you want to know how much water you're actually getting, that you can do in your home on your own, grab a little tuna cans and put on your middle of your yard. And once the irrigation is over from watering your yard, you should have at least that little can full of water, or at least 3/4 of that can. If you're getting that, you're getting proper water. That's a little tip that you can do at your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So try that.
Are you a morning or a night kind of waterer?
So that's also a big question here. You should be watering. Most counties want you to be done watering by 10 o'clock in the morning. You want to water as close as the sun is coming out. Why? Because your landscape would absorb as much water they need. Any leftover, the sun will burn it out. If you water at the night, any water that the plant doesn't absorb, the lawn doesn't absorb, it will stay in your lawn, all that humidity overnight, and you cause fungus, it will cause a lot of problems for you. So you really want to water the closest you can to the morning.
You know what? I'm gonna let my neighbor know because he likes to put on his sprinklers on the sidewalk during my walk time at 5 p.m. And he needs to know this information.
Well, and also so the counties have certain zones that some counties have where you can't water between 10 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So each county have their own zones depending of your letters of your home. If it's either odd or even numbers, that's the day you're supposed to water. So there's a lot of little things that we make sure that the new homeowner or the new resident or the person that needs the information, we can help them with.
Do you have these resources on your website? Like, are there, any of those things that I can find online that would help me know what days I need to water my lawn?
Those are part of our information that we provide the resident because they all vary. Each county varies, each city varies of what they want, especially with droughts as well, what they want to do, or what days they want, their residents to be watering.
Yeah, big deal. I feel like I could talk about this for hours, like the weed and feed and all of fertilizers.
So, that's another thing with fertilization programs. You hire a company, they come and fertilize your lawn, correct? Do you know what they're putting down? Do you know how often they're putting it out? Are you getting what you're paying for? So all these questions is normally typical as a homeowner, as a resident, you don't ask for it. You just see the truck, they spray your lawn, they put a little yard sign and you're happy and you think you did everything you were supposed to. And now you continue to have problems, continue to, have issues that you can't figure out because you don't probably have the proper knowledge of what to ask a specific call the company and say, hey, can you let me know what exactly are you doing? Are you providing pre-emergent, before the big weeds start coming out? Are you doing all this? So we provide them with all the questions so they can ask the contractors the exact questions.
Is there a specific nutrient mix that works best here?
It all depends the time of the year. Each application is going to have what you need. You don't want to promote growth too early. Like sometimes in March you start getting some warm days and people start running to the big stores and start getting the fertilizer because the yard's still brown and the neighbors is green and you want. Well, sometimes even in March you might get a freeze, or you might start getting some freeze days. And if you promote too much growth, that freeze will come and your grass will be in the middle of growing and you'll get frozen again and you cause all these problems on your lawn. So there's times of the year where you want to apply certain specific fertilization, like around the end of fall, you want to do your pre-emergent for all the winter weeds. So with the pre-emergent, if you're going to have 10 weeds, you probably cut it down to 6 or 5 instead of all the 10 that you were going to have. So all these are proper ways of controlling your process and not have to deal with as many problems.
Yeah, it seems like it really varies per lawn.
It does.
Which is why we need you. I love it.
No, I mean, it is, every person doesn't know exactly what grass they have. San Agustin lawn grass is a really great lawn, but it also comes with certain problems. Just the biggest one would be chinch bugs. Those start by hot spots. If you have a hot spot, meaning that you're not getting proper coverage and that area of the grass staying kind of dry a lot, that's where your chinch bugs are going to start. And problems like that can be preventable if you're being proactive with all your services.
So now I know you're based here in Ponte Vedra. What other areas do you service?
We service all Northeast Florida, and we can also service all Florida on video calls. So if the customer is willing to do a video call and it's something that we feel comfortable, we can help them over a video call, we'd be more than willing on all the state of Florida.
Hey, if you can do it, if they can get on that video call and properly show their lawn, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah, technology, hit or miss.
There you go.
It is
I
completely.
love it. Jonathan, thank you so much for
you're
coming
welcome.
on the show.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
me.
it was so good to meet you.
Thank you.
And viewers, thank you for tuning in to another episode. If you want more information, you can check right below this video, and we have his info and many other profiles right here on the site. We'll see you in the next episode of The Horse's Mouth First Cheers.